If you're watching this video, you must be familiar with emulation. Now, in simple terms, emulators are basically these softwares or programs that you can use on your PC or whichever device you're using it on to run something from another system. For example, using PS2 simulator on your Windows PC to run PS2 games on your Windows PC. This whole process is obviously called emulation, and the software that you're gonna use is called an emulator. And speaking of all that, there are a bunch of emulators out there. For example, an emulator for Wii U, PS2, PS3, we must have a PS1 emulator too. We also have a PS4 emulator in development and many more, like even Nintendo Switch. Now, I'm not saying all of these emulators do work perfectly, but for example, PS2 emulator is perfect and stable, but if you look at the PS3 emulator, it cannot run all of the PS3 games because it is still kind of in a development phase. Another main question of this video is gonna be whether if emulation is something you should be scared about. Is it piracy? Is it considered illegal? And previously on this channel, many times we have discussed similar stuff like is the launcher version of Minecraft considered as piracy? And many more things like that, so make sure that you check them out as well. So let's get started then. What is up, gamers? My name is Priyam, welcome to a brand new video, and as I said before, in this one we are going to discuss about whether if emulation is considered as piracy and whether if you should be scared to use it or not. Will it land you in jail or something? Let's talk. Alright, so first off, it will probably not land you in jail, so stop worrying about that. Now about piracy, I would say it depends. You see, emulation is not just used for gaming, people also use it for things like VirtualBox. But hey, hold up, it's not like if you emulate games you're doing 100% piracy. You see, an emulator, what it does is it mimics what a gaming console does. And now in order to run a game, that's not all you need, you also need a game's disk. And that right there is where ROMs come in. You see, ROMs are these files, and in most cases these ISO files that mimics the behavior of a game's disk. And so the process of emulation requires both the ROM and an emulating software. Now once again, before we immediately jump to conclusions and call it piracy, here's an example. What if you want to play a game that was discontinued like years ago on a console that was once again discontinued years ago? In this case, you only would have two options. Number one, buy that game and that console second hand, and in that case the money won't go to the creator anyway. And then the second way is by using an emulator and a ROM of that game. Now in both cases, nothing will do any good to the creator, and instead, I think using emulator would be much more convenient. Now technically right here, you're still doing piracy because you're downloading a ROM of a game which you do not own and you did not pay for. But at the end of the day, being technical is not always what matters. And I personally think emulators do a special favor to games like these. And if it wasn't for emulation, these games would have been long forgotten by now. Now obviously I'm not talking about every games, but you know what I'm saying. And if you have got any free time, if you watch this video, after that you can read this article that is about why history needs software piracy. Highly recommended to read it. Now once again, about all of these discontinued or OG games, I think it's fine to emulate them. It's still my personal opinion though, cause technically it is still piracy. Even if I wanted to play WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2011, I would rather use a PS2 emulator than going out finding a second-hand PS2 and then finding a disc for that specific game. Because number one, it saves me space, I don't have to find a table to keep the PS2. Number two, it saves me money, I literally didn't pay anything. And number three, it is because even though I bought that PS2 and did buy that game, it won't really support the developers. Now so far in the video, once again, we have already talked about OG or these discontinued games, but what about the mainstream games? For example, Zelda Breath of the Wild. The game came out in 2017, which we can call recent, and it was for the Nintendo Switch as well as Wii U consoles. Now there is no stable emulator for Nintendo Switch out there, but there is one for Wii U. And also it's pretty easy to find a ROM for the game, plus emulator once again is pretty easy to download too. So anyone can go out and download this game, play it on their PC. So is this piracy? Of course, you're doing double piracy here. First off, you do not own the console, and second of all, you do not own the game. And both of them are available to buy too, so who am I to disagree? Now if you don't know, piracy isn't exactly stealing either. But after saying that, it's not exactly not stealing either. At the end, it's all about how you see piracy. In some cases, I think it's fine. Once again, it is just me who's saying it. It's not what the rules are, but yes, it is fine in some cases, it's not fine in some cases. It's like this whole grey area, and saying you won't pirate a game because it takes money away from the deserving creators is nice, but what if the original creator no longer benefits from the game or any sales out of it? So this all proves that I'm the worst YouTuber ever. I do not ever have any answers, like whether if it is a yes or a no, and I always leave it up to you guys. So once again, let me know down in the comments below what are your opinions on this whole thing. Leave a like on this video before you go, and make sure that you subscribe if you still have not. And that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all in the next one.